Oh,
There is so much to unpack here. In this video, which I believe was taken at Disneyland, a woman made a racist comment to another woman who was speaking Spanish to her children in the restroom. When she's confronted in the video, the woman outright says that she hates Mexicans and that this is America. But then she kind of backtracks a little bit and says that it was offensive that the woman had used the disability wheelchair accessible restroom because her mother was in a wheelchair and therefore that bathroom was not available to her. Now, as a disabled Disney adult, I would like to say first that experiencing ableism, which is real and harmful, is not an excuse to meet that ableism with racism. All of our oppression is intertwined and enforced and created by these same systems of power that are trying to harm us. We are not free until all of us are free. This is unacceptable and is not an excuse. And secondly, there is no rule saying that you cannot use a accessible restroom if you are not in a wheelchair. There are a lot of invisible disabilities that make it so that people might need one of those restrooms, such as the hand bars that are in those restrooms. I myself suffer from a condition that, when going from seated to standing, can cause me to pass out because my blood pressure doesn't regulate itself. I absolutely need the handrails in there, and unfortunately, those are the only restrooms that ever have the handrails. So I might not be in a wheelchair, but I'm still disabled and I still legitimately need the disabled restroom stall. At the same time, I have been in a wheelchair and I completely get that it is frustrating that you have access to a lot fewer restrooms when you are in a wheelchair because you cannot even physically access another one. But that is an issue of the system that has chosen to make only 1 to 2 disabled restrooms for bathroom. That is not something to be taken out on people who may have invisible disabilities. Yes, I do think that if you are not disabled and you do not need one of those restrooms, you should avoid it if you can, particularly if you see someone in the line who is visibly disabled waiting and you are next and that restroom opens. You should offer it to them, but no one should assume that just based on looks that they don't need it. I find it a little ironic that this person is complaining about the lack of access to their rights while telling somebody that they shouldn't be speaking their language and don't belong in this country, because it is not okay to believe that you are entitled to rights and protections while also discriminating and hating on another group of marginalized people. The really sad thing is that this is not the first time. There has been a major incidence this year of an issue of racism within the Disney adult community at Disney parks. And I said it before and I will say it again, but I believe that the lessons of Disney movies are ones of love and equality and good overcoming evil and taking care of other people. And I think that the Disney adult community is overall a group of good, caring people who value equality. But I also think that when we see these instances happening within our community, we do need to call them out and hold them accountable, because it sets the tone for the community and tells other people who hold that same identity, not just the direct person affected, but it tells anyone with that shared identity that they are not welcome here. And I don't believe that is what we actually stand for. Let me know what you think in the comments, friends.